All right, good morning, everybody. I'm sorry we're in my tiny little room. There's people doing stuff on the roof and they're just throwing stuff around and I kind of don't want to die. So yeah, I'm in here. And yeah, um we're going to follow a normal format today, and once we get to 24, I'll better explain the last set of movements so that we can start moving forward faster. And we're almost done with the form anyhow. Um there's maybe 5 to 10 movements left. So with that said, feet together, right fist, left palm, show courtesy, and move on to our standing meditation. Hold the hands up and try to feel that heat exchange between the palms. And we're going to move on to the Qigong. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. In, out, in, and breathe in, out, in, out, in, and out. And breathe in and close it. Breathe out. All right, now we're going to move on to the waving hands. La Sao. Remember to breathe out as the hands go back and buckle the knees when the hand passes the leg. And go high. And shake it up. Next stretch up. Down. Up. And down. And right side. Left. Right. Left. Neck rotations. Other direction. Hands up. Clenching the fist. Wrist rotations in. Out. Shoulder rotation forward. Back. And slap the kidneys. Remember to keep the hands loose and just direct them to a specific target. Chest. Center. Hip rotations. Other direction. And shake it out. Grab the ball waist turning, inhale as you go up, exhale as you go down. Remember to keep the eye focused on the imaginary ball and try to feel a heat exchange in between the hands. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Other direction, breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Last one, breathe in. And out. Shake it out. Feet together. Knee rotations. Other way. Separate the feet. Knee rotations in. Out. And ankle. Inward circles. Out. Switch legs. Inward circles. Outward circles. And shake it out. Slap the left side. Switch. Legs. Lower back. And stomach washing. Top of the head. Warm up the hands. Massage the face, forehead. Eyes. Nose. Mouth. Neck. Thyroid glands. Kidneys. And shake it out. 8 brocades. So as we do the 8 brocades, I challenge you to try to stay in a meditative state. It's easy to get out of it as you're thinking of the movements and what it's for, but try to stay calm and in that meditative mindset. First one, holding at the sky for the triple warmer. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. And out. Number 2, pulling the bow and shooting the arrow. Now, before we go on, a lot of times when people want to get into a meditative mindset, they'll do these things closing their eyes. You don't want to do that because that's going to mess with your balance. Now, I may look like I have my eyes closed, but they're just squinted. Well, I naturally have squinty eyes, but more than that, they're really relaxed, almost to the point where they're closed, but I can still see clear as day. But you want to have them relaxed, almost like you're squinting, but you don't want the tension in your face. And I got to play with that. All right, number 2, pulling the bow and shooting the arrow. Remember to keep the eyes sharp on the fingernail. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. In. Out. And breathe in. And out. Shake it out. Number 3, pressing up and down for the stomach and the spleen. Remember with this one, there is a bit of a conscientious arc being made in the arm for the sake of stretching and compressing. All right. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. In. Out. In. And out. Breathe in. And out. Last one. Breathe in. And out. And the closing. Breathe in. And out. Check it out. Number 4, looking back. Remember, as you look back, to open the eyes wide. As you come back around, slowly relax. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Last one. Breathe in. Out. And the closing. Breathe in. And out. Shake it out. Number 5, wagging the tail. Remember, the hands are way up out on top of the knees for the pressure point that correlates to the heart, which is what this exercise is for the heart and the pericardium, the heart lining. And also, as you go down, remember you want to try to get your back as straight as possible. All right, let's get started. And breathe in. Out. In. And out. Breathe in. Out. Last one. Breathe in. And out. Shake it out. Number 6, jolting back. Remember to, when you stretch down, feel free to bend your knees and bring your hands down to your feet. From what I remember, there are several pressure points correlating to your kidneys, which is part of what this exercise is for in your foot. So just to stimulate them somewhat, bring your hands to your feet. And just when you hold onto your hand, you don't want to grab on like too tight because you don't want to cut the circulation off. You kind of just want to place it here and touch because there are also pressure points in this general vicinity that correlate to your kidneys as well. I don't know exactly where they are, but these are things that I've noticed that are consistent within the 2 primary Qigong systems that I know. And I've seen in others, but I don't really want to talk about those because I don't know them in depth or practice them, besides this one and the Hua Shan Pai. All right. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. The closing, breathe in. And out. Next one, number 7. Remember the arms shake with a little bit of light muscle tension and the eyes open wide as they stare at the fist with angry eyes. All right. And breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Last one, breathe in. And out. And the closing, breathe in. And out. Last one, number 8. Rising up with the heels to bring the energy to the crown. And breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Last one, breathe in. And out. I always found it funny how the last exercise is the simplest one. It's usually the other way around. All right, let's stretch. Everybody down, butterfly stretch. And if you find it difficult to do this one, feel free to just sit in the chair and pull up on that leg. Try and bring it up to your diaphragm. And I'm doing things a little bit backwards because I want to meditate before doing 24. So that way we can keep that mindset going once we start the form. You don't have to meditate, get in the mindset, then have to break it to stretch, all that. And head down. For those of you stretching one leg at a time, at this point, you just switch legs. Try to make an attempt to get your forehead close to your shoes. And right leg out. Stretch forward. Now remember, as you stretch, to be active in it. It's very easy to consider this a break, which in ways it is, and in ways it's not, because it is a part of your training, but it's not as active. But you have to continually push yourself to progress and strengthen. And at this one, you want to get your forehead to your knee. And if you can, your chin. Switch sides. Try to get that head down. I was never as flexible as my brother. My brother, he could get his elbow to his toes. He probably still can. I wish I could. And open up. Straddle. You want to, I really can't open as wide as I can, but you want to open up as wide as you can and stretch forward. Those of you on the chair, just put those feet together and stretch. And right side. Switch. And crisscross your feet or sit comfortably, however you'd like. Sitting meditation. As we go through that meditation, I want you to try to feel the heat in between the hands. So for this one, we're going to try and sit with our hands, palms facing each other. And remember, the chi is stored in the dantian, which is right below the belly button, about 3 inches below the belly button. That's where your chi is stored. Try to visualize it going up the stomach, in through the chest, out through the shoulders, all the way down to your palms. And begin. And open your eyes, shake it out, stand up. All right, 24 postures. I think I have what's this? This is 3 squares. That's like 4 squares. I'll go this way just for the sake of normalcy. And I'll just have to make my steps a lot shorter, but you guys already know that. You guys know what to do. Now, try to maintain this meditative mindset that we just developed. And as you go through the form, you want to see if you can feel heat when the palms pass, or maybe a little bit of tingling in the hands. Remember, everybody's going to feel something different. Some people may feel nothing. Some people may feel a lot. It's all relative to the individual. For the first time around, we're just going to go straight through it. All right. So that's where we left off. Something that I feel like I feel I don't. I hope I wouldn't need to explain it, but I'm gonna explain it anyway. Um, so when I say chi, a lot of people kind of get this misconception that it's magical, or like I can project something out of my hands, but it's a lot less mystified than what people think it is. When you do the Tai Chi form, you're just feeling for the energy flowing. It has a lot less to do with projecting anything out of your hands, because this isn't a cartoon. This is life isn't an anime or something. It's life, and you can't like you'll see on YouTube these guys that one touch key knockouts, or it's all about creating a force field or something. No, that's not what this is. It's about feeling your own energy flow, and how that works with regard to the martial intent of Tai Chi. Yes, there's a sense of projection of energy, but it's not like it's I don't really know how to explain it in a way that doesn't sound mystical, but it's really not as complex. I mean, it's complex. It's not as complex and crazy as people make it out to be. And outside of your own force, it's about, if you can feel your own force, you can feel somebody else, and it has nothing to do with I can feel their energy, but literally their oncoming force. A push is a force. A strike is a force. So the concept of Tai Chi is to feel that and go with it. So keep in mind that Tai Chi is the literal translation of Tai Chi is Supreme Ultimate Fist. It's actually Tai Chi Chuan. So Tai Chi, Supreme Ultimate, Chuan being fist. Chi in this sense, it has nothing to do with the character Chi as an energy. So when people hear Tai Chi, they automatically assume like, Chi or something, but it's not that type of Chi. It's more of a adjective describing the system. And yeah, just keep that in mind. Like if someone ever talks about Chi and they're like, yeah, I shot lasers out of my hands, they're probably lying. And if they're not lying, I definitely would like to see that. Okay, so let's continue on from where we left off. I don't remember where we left off. I do remember where we left off. Okay. Bop, we did all this, kick, do. Okay, so this is a repetition section. So you're gonna, do we have time? We do have time. Awesome. Okay. So now we're gonna do the same movement, but going that way. Sure. Yeah. Bam. Now we're gonna go to our right, grab the ball, shift forward, step, same movement. Block up and push forward. Now, next movement has a really pretty name. Sink the needle to the bottom of the sea. So the feet come together, the hands pass. Now, left leg comes out into cat stance, and the right hand sinks down as you reach. Then you come up, the hands meet, turn the right, and push forward. So let's try that again. So we're here, shifting back and to your right, shift forward, step. Fair maiden opens the shuttle. Yeah, something like that. And then step in, step out, left. So from here, the right hand comes down, then come up, the hands meet, flip the right hand, and press forward. Now, with regard to the sink the needle, you're turning out this way. The fair lady opens the shuttles is opposite hand, opposite leg. After the sink the needle, it's same hand, same leg. And the push is off the back leg as you turn. Once more. So shift back, turn, grab the ball, shift forward, step, work the shutters, things, step in, sink the needle down, rise up, the hands meet, flip the right, push forward. Now the hand does actually go forward that way. With the sink the needle part, I overdo it a little bit because I like the way it feels. When I go all the way down, I make sure to really reach and kind of just let all this get a chance to relax out and stretch. And then when I come up, I kind of coil up. So feel every little part of my back straighten up as I come up. That feels best to me, but pick your poison. Could just be very simple as you go through it. And okay, still have some time left, so let's go through that again. And let's see. This is the wrong side. So remember, when you grab the ball, it's very easy to want to do this. And this isn't the elbow has to be relaxed. I have a bad tendency of doing this because of the Kung Fu side, but the elbow should be down. Not all the way down, but not up or straight, but relaxed down. And some systems of Tai Chi have a small ball, some have a big one. But ours, the top hand is at the throat, the bottom hand is at the dantian. Now, as we go, it's particularly with this movement, it's a little difficult to want to bring that elbow down because it's already way up here. But just relax the arm and shift forward. Now, remember with this one, there's a little bit of pick your poison here because you can either go straight up or go out and up. I usually go out and up, and then this just goes straight forward. So now from here, that step, that's essentially what it is. They're passing, and this starts to go down this way. Then you come up, left hand meets the right, flip the hand, and push. Okay. Now, let's stick with that and remember to practice the Hua Shan Pai that was introduced the last 2 weeks. I know it's different, but it's given how highly my teacher regards it, I imagine it's pretty important. And even just having that little bit can do a lot. And, it's like with everything. Take it at your own pace, do it slow, go back to the video and watch, the detail. And if you want more information about that system, feel free to leave me an email. I know I said my email like the first video, so it's all the way at the end of the video, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. It's somewhere in there. And yeah, just keep up with everything you know. And I can say from personal experience that sometimes the most random and the most arbitrary things at the moment sometimes are the most important things to know. And just as a random example, I often go back to the things I learned as a beginner and find so much more value in them now than I did back then. And sometimes I even see that they're more rich in content than some of the stuff I learned later on as I progressed. And this goes for both the Tai Chi and the Kung Fu, because as much as I love 48 and the sword and what little I know of Chen, 24 is my root, 24 is my basis. And that's the form I know best. That's the form that I find the most value in as of now. When I go back to my Kung Fu, there's a system that I know has a whole bunch of different forms. I know a whole bunch of different, I know like 60 something forms. And the most important one from one particular system is the first one that I learned. So, try to, and the only reason I can feel that one's the most important one is because I kept up with everything else. Keeping up with everything else, I make sure I have my stuff together. That way, when I go back and revisit it, it it's a whole new perspective. So keep the Huashan Pai up. You're probably not going to get the value of it off jump, but that's fine. So long as at the very least you remember it well, so that one day if you do go back to it, you can feel the difference. When I first learned the Huashan Pai, I practiced it regularly. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't get anything out of it. I was young. I had just got my black belt. No, I was a few months into getting my black belt, and I got my black belt like 7 years ago. That was a long time ago. And I didn't get much out of it. But as of like 2 years, actually, I got back to it a few years later, and it was good. I felt better about it. But I got back into it this year, and it's a completely different world. So it's definitely something worth holding on to. Same thing with the 8 brocades, because the 8 brocades is, I explained last time, it's like kindergarten. But as your understanding develops, so does your understanding of your fundamentals. And even that kindergarten stuff, you can get a lot more out of it the more you understand. But you can't get anything out of it if you forget it. So even if you're not training it consciously to develop, practice it from time to time. And keep in mind that I say training versus practice. Practice to me is, just going over the movements, going over the breath, doing it to remember. When I say train, it's to develop, to build, to strengthen. So in my mind, there's a big delineation between practice and training. Training is for development, practice is for maintenance. So you have to feel that out. And just to close, with everything going on, particularly with this awesome virus that we have going on, please be safe. This has hit home for me in a multitude of ways. My brother's best friend's dealing with all this. His family's got the Rona. And one of my close friends, not that I have many, but one of my close friends, I'm 90% certain she had the corona. She just didn't want to get tested. So I'm like, all right, great. It's alive and well, and it is targeting people left and right. And, there's a whole bunch of conspiracies and politics and blah, blah, blah. But the most we can do is be prepared for the worst and act responsibly. People are making a big deal. Oh, I don't want to wear a mask. It's not that deep. It's just a mask. It's really not that big a deal. Just put it on. If it does something, if it prevents the spread of the virus, good. If it doesn't prevent the spread of the virus, what harm can it do you? If you wear it all day, yeah, it can do you harm, but you don't need to be wearing it all day. Wear it when you go out, take it off when you come home. Simple. So please be safe, please be healthy. And yeah, I hope to see you all on next Tuesday. Keep up the practice. If you have any questions, always feel free to email me. Viga's really good about that. She'll give me, tidbits or what she would like to see in class, questions, things like that. please feel free to reach out. And with that, right fist, left palm, show courtesy. Thank you. You guys did great, I'm sure, because I can see you, right? But no, hopefully you guys did great. And hopefully you guys got something. Hope to see you all next Tuesday.